this has a ton of weeding to do. We've got a crepe myrtle over there, some arborvitaes, some boxwood in the front, and some juniper carpets up there, and a couple of bayberries that weren't doing too well. There's some mums right there. Definitely could use some color over on this side, but the plan, I'll show you here. We've got some bayberries up here too. Bayberries are super hardy, so if you want a super hardy type bush, you just need to trim them up. They've got little pricklies on them that you have to be careful about working with them, but they look really nice, and they're really drought tolerant. They look really nice when and if you have like even some yellow bayberries, they look great when you put them up against. We used to, one of our old houses, we had some rocket bayberries along with some yellow ones, and we alternated them, and it just looks so cool, especially from an aerial view. We saw when we were selling our house, it was really cool. So, and then we've got some double knockout roses up here. These both we got on clearance at some point. Really try to go for those clearance. Obviously there's tons of weeds. We're trying to get that all taken care of. It's just a work in progress. It takes time. Crepe myrtle's blooming and absolutely beautiful. I got a fake rock back there. I don't normally recommend fake rocks, but I just wanted to get one just to see what it looked like. I'd prefer real rock. Got, like I said, some juniper rugs there. So this had a ton more weeds. We did some weeding this morning, but once this gets super uniform, it's going to look really cool. We do have some edging there that obviously we're going to dig out in the front, but yeah, it's going to look super cool. And I wanted to show you kind of even over here. I'm going to see, we have 5 acres. Cardboard's great when you're trying to put down for weed control, but this is gonna, I'm thinking maybe some kind of like pergola or something like that down here as a walkway, and then maybe even like a little stone side wall or something like that. But I want to show you guys before we do all this stuff, because it's going to end up looking pretty crazy. This is what we do for a lot. Besides indoor plants, we do a lot of this. This is a tree that, that's another story, but this we were working on yesterday. We got to straighten that out there, but I love hydrangea trees. They're super awesome. We've got a false cypress here, a lemon thread false cypress. I love that look. I know that's very close to that and probably won't work, but I don't know. I'm not too worried about right now. I got these two on clearance at Lowe's. Actually, this is a Wigelia, and I saw them maybe like a month ago. They were 27 bucks or something like that, or 27 bucks. And I just was like, oh, I don't want to spend 27 bucks on. And then we went back to look at some of the clearance, because I'm always looking at clearance, and I saw them on clearance for like 13 bucks or 12 bucks, something like that. So I was like, I'm getting them. I just love that kind of like brownish burnt look, and they look super pretty. Once we get all the mulch in here, it's just going to be a great, I like the contrasting colors. We might put some annuals or some like seed or ground cover of some sort, but I don't know what yet. But this is all a work in progress, and this whole thing here on the side, we're going to probably repeat little trees. Like I had a Kim lilac tree that I was going to put up here, but I decided, no, you know what, I want to put something in the back because I want to see. I love lilacs, probably my favorite bush out of all things. But this is going to look pretty crazy. But I wanted to really show you guys some of the before, even though it looks like not a ton of work done. It's just so crazy how much work has been done. It's a never-ending process. Weeds are hard to kind of sometimes control. I just did that yesterday with the mulch around there. But we've been getting mulch from the landfill, which is very helpful. Also working on more mulching on our side here. And yeah, this is a work in progress. I'm trying to decide what I want in the back there. We'll probably do some kind of concrete molding up in the front here. We've been talking about that. There's these concrete molds that you can actually put like a paver, instead of doing the pavers like we have over there, we can kind of dig out and then do a molding with the concrete. And that's what we're thinking we're gonna do. Let's go to the side here. I've got a yellow knockout rose. I think that's like it's called a sunny knockout rose, or sunny knockout rose bush. Got that on clearance somewhere. And I've got the rudbeckia, got some azaleas back there that are small. Got a juniper, I've got a little mini rose bush, and I have another crepe myrtle. I've tried to, you can't see it probably right there, but I've got another rudbeckia that I'm trying to transplant. I don't know if we'll have some rudbeckia. There's some sedum that's not doing too well. There's some lorope, got some yarrow in there, salvia. Here's an arborvitae that we treated because it had terrible bad worms, and now it's coming back finally, even though it may not look like it. Pretty soon here I'm going to be getting, I just did that yesterday with all the mulch there and putting the cardboard and plastic and other stuff down, and I'm also going to do that along here because it will get out of control very quickly. Then I've got some coral bells, which obviously hate hate the sun, but they do really well. They do really well early spring, but then this area, I've been waiting for this Japanese maple to get big, but it's been struggling a little bit over here. So I was hoping it would give the shade that it needs for the coral bells, but it's taking a little bit of time, so I got to treat that again. There's some wildflowers back there I didn't want to do anything with. More coral bells. I like all the colors of coral bells. More rutabaga, another arborvitae, salvia, some daisies of some sort. It says, I can't read what it says, something sunrise. I don't know. That's a daisy of some sort. So another coral bell. I got a hydrangea back there that needs to be treated because it looks like it's got some fungal spots. That's why you don't want to really water in the nighttime. They need a good mixture of shade. This has given it shade that it needs. So it used to, the first year was terrible. I mean, I'm surprised that's even still living, but this is supposed to be a dwarf peach tree, but it is not, as you can see. This one probably needs to be treated because it may have some kind of fungal thing going on. I've seen this before and I can't think of the name of this, but when the leaves start to get curled like that. So we'll have to do something about that. I might trim it down too. I've got some irises that look like a variegated type. I thought they were the coolest thing because irises don't usually look like that. They like full sun too, so once this gets too big I will need to trim it back, but that may start blocking it and creating issues, but that's just super pretty. I think the color of the leaf blades are very cool. There's another juniper carpet. There's a coral bell. Here's a rose. Absolutely love this rose. It loves it here in this spot. Here's a wisteria. Wisterias can grow out of control. They're beautiful though, but I kind of wanted to, maybe I'll have it grow along the fence or something like that. Obviously there's lots of weeding, but I'm not going to do just weeding. We're going to put down some kind of cardboard or controlling agent for weeds. This is going to end up being, we'll probably extend this out, but I don't know if you can see that there, but this is actually going to end up being a pond here, or a mini pond I should say, with a fountain. There is a liner that we have in a package down there, but just one thing at a time. I've got a boxwood. I always forget the name of these. I don't know if I have the tag on here, but I love these. It's a little different than the regular boxwoods. I don't know the name of it though. I'll have to look and see. I'm gonna say it was like a Chinese or a Japanese boxwood or something like that, but I can't remember. We've got some alocasias back there and another hydrangea bush that was struggling before, but it's doing a lot better. Alocasia or elephant ear, or I should say colocasia, not alocasia. Elephant ear. We just for fun put that there. I've got a Jane magnolia. I've got a holly here that we just planted. Super pretty color. I love the color on here. Probably need to water this. But yeah, it just gives that pop of yellow color. I saw that. We got it actually for a pretty good deal. They didn't have a price on it, but then we said, hey, can you price this for us? And I just love the uniformity of that, the appearance. It gives just this solid look. It probably does need to be watered, I think, because I see the leaves kind of being weird. There's a fire bush. This gets really pretty. There was a fire bush right there, but I was going to match it, but I'm like, no, you know what? I want to be different. Sometimes I like uniformity and sometimes I don't. The Jane magnolia, I can't even talk, is actually starting to get some buds on it. So that's exciting because this is the first year's doing that. We got these little stake things here from Costco. More colocasia there. I've got I always forget the name of this. I want to say the Hortsman, but that's not what it is. It's a blue ice cypress, I think is what it is, that was struggling, but it's the prettiest color. I got to be really careful about this because I feel like it kind of did something funny. I might wrap these in the winter. I don't know for sure. I've got some phlox there that I think those two colors together, they go great. So obviously I'm hoping that will spread like crazy across there. Yeah, so that's kind of one that we're kind of rehabbing. And then this is called a blue muffin. They get like these little berries. You can already see that it's kind of getting some berries right there. And I don't know what the flower looks like, but I don't really know. This is called an arrowwood viburnum. I feel like I've seen that before, but I think the blueberries are pretty cool. There is a lilac bush back there, my favorite. There is a rosy Sharon. And then this one was totally dying when I first got it. I don't even know how this is still alive, but it's called Potentilla marmalade. And it's so pretty. Like, look at, oh, sorry, I was pointing up there. Potentilla marmalade. And Yeah, it was, I got it on clearance, but this is surprisingly, I know it looks like nothing, but it's surprising, it's pretty crazy how much has come back. Then I've got a coneflower there that you can't see right now. I need to put more coneflowers over here because I really like the coneflowers. They're super hardy and they're native to our area, and they attract, you know, bees and all that, and they're just great to have. So that's the Rosy Sharon, and there's another crepe myrtle. I forgot the name of this crepe myrtle, but it's supposed to be super pretty. I can't remember if it bloomed, if it gets like a red. I'm pretty sure it gets a super red. We had some others. I bought that actually from an online nursery along with the blue ice. But yeah, and then our yard, of course, super pretty. We want to kind of keep this open. It's just so nice to like look back there and see everything. And then I got an oak tree that I need to spray this or something. I hate spraying stuff, but it's just something's eating at it, and I don't know if it's caterpillars, I don't know if it's the birds, but this is called a northern red oak, so I need to do something because it just doesn't, it's still doing okay, but yeah, it needs a little bit of help. So I really love oak trees, and I feel like that will give the shade that it needs over here too to some of these plants, a little bit, and maybe even some privacy to our house as well. But yeah, so that's kind of a little tour of what we're beginning to do here, and there's always so much to do. You know, it's a never-ending process. For a long time last year, we just didn't really do much at all. So it's, you know, we've been in the last couple like month or so really like just been hitting it pretty hard with trying to get it back to, or I shouldn't say get it back, just continue the project that we have started, because we did start this and super excited about it, but then, you know, at school, and so that kind of took over. I just finished in May, and he was also digging out, my son was digging out, you can see the lining on there because it got terrible weeds, and we don't like that look, obviously. We might put some river rocks around there, or annuals, who knows, but you can see the difference there. That's what I was saying. And then he dug that out. It looks so much better. So this is going to be super manicured. Probably the next thing I'm going to do here, besides using the mulch to build it up, is getting like cardboard and things like that and plastic to put in the behind there, and also just kind of weeding out, trimming up and all of that. So it's really just this beginning part right here that we're trying to like, I need to get probably some kind of something for that rosy. Something was getting to, I think Japanese beetles were getting to it, and Japanese beetles are just terrible. But we were working on this, didn't have all that mulch there, probably do the edging. So this is kind of the beginning step, and I'll probably as we go along with these projects, I'll be showing you guys, because I know that there's a lot of things, it's kind of cool to see the progress, and I think it'd be fun for us to document too, but you can kind of see, it's just, we're super excited about doing this. And our backyard's always a work in progress too. We've done tons of projects back there, but you know, in a few years from now, we're going to look back and we're like, wow, how many things did we do? And that's what we want to make it, just like a landscaping heaven for ourselves. Oh, I was going to show you something too. This is kind of cool. This is called I think a balloon. It gets these flowers that look literally like little air balloons. But that's kind of a cool, I have that one. I think I lost a few. I had one right there. Yeah, they're called like air balloons or something like that. But there's only one plant left, so. But anyways, so yeah, so I'm excited. We want to get some metal back here in the pond. But yeah, just a lot of work to go, but it's getting there.